You look at this building and it's gorgeous and it grabs your attention. When folks look at the structure, they may be taken aback by how ornate it is. Notable because it's relatively low, almost squat to the ground, with really wide eaves and a very low-pitched roof. The drop finials and the carved and pierced fretwork all around really accentuate that aesthetic, which was popular in the late 1850s into the 60s. So this vegetable building is built in 1861, and at that time, it is the focus for all vegetable and fruit and flower sales in public markets in Detroit. It was the only one. And the public meat market operated out of the first floor of City Hall. And at any given time, there were 90 different stands, all operated by individuals and their families. So the growers came from 3 to 5 miles away or further. There was conversations about how long it would take a grower in Plymouth, for example, to come to the market. But these markets were daily. So growers might come 1 or 2 days a week, whereas then what they didn't sell, they'd sell to a huckster, that middleman, who then sold that less than fresh produce to the customers. And who are the customers? Well, they come from all over Detroit. Anybody who doesn't have their own plot of land, backyard or bigger, to grow market produce, they came to the market. You could come to this market and get just about everything you wanted. So the freshest vegetables from the growers themselves, or you could get fresh flowers from a host of florists. You could get dairy products. On the northeast end, you could buy fresh fish. And if you were on the end of the City Hall and then Central Hall Market, the west end, you could get that wild game, poultry, fresh turkey, and other, meat items. Detroit had a few public markets. The first one in 1802, right when it was incorporated. But it's 1835 that they dedicate funding and a space to this central market right behind City Hall. And it was called City Hall Market into 1876 to 78 when it begins to be called Central Market, quite literally the center of the city. But by 1888, there are too many wagons cluttering the downtown streets. So the City Common Council actually bans the farm and vendor wagons from downtown. So by 1892, the city closes this. Vendors say, oh no, this is our livelihood. And it's not until February of 1894 that they actually dismantled the structure and forcefully evict the tenants that were still there. This building offers huge potential within Greenfield Village. It brings agriculture from the country into the city, just as the vendors constantly brought the country into the city. But it also helps us talk about urban agriculture, so the ways that America has developed with having the food production farthest from the majority of the population. That should prompt us to think as deeply as we can about what is a sustainable food future. How can we practice using historic evidence to think about better ways, more sustainable ways, ways that can save the planet to feed growing urban populations? That's the potential that this building has, and it's going to do it in various ways throughout Greenfield Village open season.